Okay, welcome to the channel. This is our first video. We've moved to this channel. If you haven't, well, you couldn't have been here before. My name is Wendy Sarrett, and we're going to talk about 3D. So, the topic today will be dealing with models that you purchased. So let's get started. So I purchased this model here, which is a hen. And I ran into some issues because I tried different ways and it just didn't quite go in right. The best way, the biggest problem, and let me go in here, is, I have to select I'm in object mode now. And if I select this and I select chicken, you can see this is where the origin is. Now that's going to kind of mess you up when you're trying to do stuff. So what you want, so I was trying different things. They do have a way of doing it like you would do it in Cinema, which you can select origins. I found the easiest way to do it is, here's our chicken. We do a secondary click, so it'd be a right click if you're right-handed and left click if you're left-handed. Set to origin, origin to center mass, and now we have our origin. And if you can see, let's see how well my rotation skills are not still too good here. But basically, let's see if I can get this. There's our chicken. Let's see if I can get him back. I'm still learning to use this magic mouse, and it's probably not a good idea for me to... I thought I was really getting it well, but it takes a little practice. But you can see he is... getting him a little bit... it's the tumbling that will drive you crazy on this thing. But we can also... There we go. Well, so the point is it's now in the middle. And you can see that you can rotate, you can do whatever you need to do. Now, interestingly enough, probably the reason they released it like that is if you go into edit mode, I'm going to restart this, open this again, and show you something. Open recent, and I'm not going to, don't save. Okay. If you go into edit mode and you click on, you notice it's in the right place. So that is how you fix that issue. The other thing is exporting. So let's take this back. I'm going to bring in a different version of this where I already fixed this problem. Don't save. And if you notice, did I fix it on here? Thought I did. Let's go to chicken. And yeah, in object mode it is fixed. So here it is. Now you notice there's a texture on it. And there's a little trick. Export to FBX. And we'll just give it a number that makes it happy so it's not duplicating anything. Make it 4. So path mode, you want to set to copy, and you must click this. This will get your textures. So let's try that, and it exports. Now we're going to go into Cinema, and this is our rooster. I'm going to do a new project. We'll talk about the rooster in a minute. Their original FPX actually worked out pretty well. Once you actually came in pretty decently once you if you deal with the placement issues. But what actually works here is we're going to export. This is an alembic. I think that's going to work better for us. And well, 7. We want to start the frames and the scale. We want to get everything. Now, I was running into some issues with the alembic. With the alembics in terms of getting the texturing. But at some point, we created the, see here, when you do that, you can see hen4.fbm. We'll look at that in a minute. When we click that thing, when I try to export as a FPX, which didn't work so well when we tried to look at it. When I tried to look at it in Cinema, it did create the texture file. So let's create our export, and notice it got the. Now let's kill this for now. This was the attempt I did with an FBX, and the FBX is even their original one is kind of weird. Now this is important. When you're importing into Cinema, you must have the amount of frames. You must put it to 700, which is the amount of frames, because if you leave it at 90, you're only going to get 90 frames, and then you got a problem. So we're going to merge project. We're going to merge that hen 7. And as you can see, you can see our hen. Whoa. There we go. And here's our hen. And notice this is pretty close. So notice hen is plain. No texture. But when we attempt to create the FBX and click on the generate texture. Whoop, what am I doing here? It shows you the texture. It actually looks like it came out pretty well. It just couldn't get it in. There's an FBM file. In there is the texture. And just drop it on our, well, let's first get the chicken. We can see the chicken. There's the chicken. And now let's go back here and drop this on the chicken. I think we should be able to. Let it go in the path, and there's your chicken. And notice we have all 700, and this was from something that was a little bit of a problem originally. And of course, we have the movement, everything's in the right spot. Notice the animation is working fine. Now, they didn't rig this anything with the wings, but, well, anyway, there's our chicken. Now the rooster was a good deal easier because he would come in. He was actually, see, I got two chickens here. He was a bit easier because he could be brought in directly from the FBX. But it looks a little crazy. Let me show you. Let me create a new project and merge project. Let me go to oh, I'm in the wrong place. So models, FBX, find it. Rooster. Okay, now notice Rooster has a TGA file. You open this and just bring it in, and that looks scary. But that's just the visibility of, I'm not sure if it's this. Yeah, it's, what is this? This looks, oh, this is the armature. And notice again, he looks kind of bare. So what you need to do is go back here, and we're going to go up. We're going to go back to models, and we're going to go to Rooster. And they have a TGA, which confused me because I'm used to seeing PNGs, and you just stick it on, and there's your Rooster. Now, of course, I did make the mistake. I didn't change this to 700, but you want to change it to 700. And that is the story. So basically, what we've learned here today is, first of all, if you have something where it's coming in, where it's the pivot point is nowhere near where it should be, if you have that origin file, you can change it there, and that's probably your best bet. And you saw how easily I was able to change it using that center of mass. Also, your textures may often in these cases going to be a separate file. Again, a PNG or a TGA was, I think that's what it was, and you just have to pull it in. The third thing is make sure if you're bringing it into Cinema that you set the correct length of the animation, or it's going to just cut it off. It does not turn around and it doesn't turn around and fix that for you. It's just going to cut it off. So you want to fix that by giving it the proper amount. Either, you can do more, but probably best to, whatever the length of the animation is that you're bringing in, make it that length. And that goes with everything. That whatever you're bringing into Cinema that has an animation, just make sure you set the animation to that length before you try to bring it in. And this Rooster is going to do his thing, as you can see. They did something very interesting. They set up a bunch of animations they had like 1,800 frames that have different behaviors. So you can pick out the section you want and adjust the behavior. I thought they did a little bit better job. The fact that with the hen, the pivot point was off and all this kind of business, that to me was a problem. You have to be aware of the armature with FBXs. It's going to show it in some fashion that's going to might be a little confusing. So be aware of that. And finally, remember when you are getting something out of Blender and you're doing let's see, you're exporting in an FBX like this. Make sure to set this to copy and click that so that you will in fact get that which what you need. Generally, I'll leave the scale alone when you may end up having to scale it up in bake animation. That worked. So you may have to scale it up in Cinema, but that's basically how you do it. And so hopefully you've enjoyed this video and you've learned some stuff to make your life easier if you need to bring models in that have some issues and get your textures in and all. So thank you for watching, and I will speak to you next time. Take care.